Welcome back. This weekend marks the 20th anniversary of the September 11th attacks, and tonight we're bringing you part one of a three-part series on local residents directly impacted by those attacks. 47 ABC's Hannah Cechini joins us now live in studio. And Hannah, to kick off this series, you spoke with a Gold Star widow who lost her husband in Afghanistan. Tell us more about her story.
Well, Jordan, that's exactly right. Shannon Slutman says although her husband's death happened close to 18 years after the attacks, he would probably still be here today if 9/11 had never happened. Today, Shannon and her daughters find strength in connecting with and supporting other families going through similar tragedies. She says without the Tunnel Towers Foundation, many Gold Star families would be left not knowing where to turn.
That was his biggest joy in life. He absolutely loved being a father, being a family man.
When Shannon Slutman remembers her late husband, Chris, it's not just his dedication to his family that comes to mind.
He loved to serve. He loved to serve his country. He wanted to, whether it was serving his community as a firefighter or serving his country as a Marine, he just always felt like he could do more.
Chris Slutman was just starting his career in service when the attacks happened on September 11th, 20 years ago. Shannon says he had just completed firefighter training in our nation's capital.
I remember him always telling me the story of them waiting. They were just waiting to be able to help.
Over the next several years, Chris would join the Marine Corps Reserve, get deployed to Iraq, and eventually shipping off to Afghanistan in 2018.
Chris would not have been in Afghanistan if it wasn't for 9/11. There's no doubt. And even he was there 18 years after 9/11. And it was still a dangerous place.
But in April of 2019, Shannon and her daughters received a knock on their door that would change their lives forever.
We got the knock on the door 8 o'clock that evening. His unit was hit by a vehicle-borne IED, which basically meant there was one that pulled up next to them and then detonated right next to their MRAP. Chris was killed alongside Staff Sergeant Ben Hines and Sergeant Robbie Hendricks.
Shannon says it was only a matter of hours before friends, family, and service members started showing up at their door and for the Tunnels to Towers Foundation to step up.
And a friend of his came up to me and he said, Shannon, the Tunnel Towers Foundation has stepped up. They're going to pay for your mortgage. And I was shocked.
But it's more than just the tangible things like donations and financial assistance that Tunnels to Towers and other Gold Star family organizations provide. Shannon says sometimes the only way to begin the healing process is finding others dealing with the same kind of tragedy.
When we tend to meet, there's a connection. There's always a connection. We can look at each other and go, yep, been there. I know where you've been. I understand, especially those of us that are moms.
For Shannon, the emotional scars of losing a loved one to the violence of war may never go away, but she says it's that network of support that could help them to fade.
They're here for us. They support us. They leave home every day, and those loved ones don't always know if they're going to come home. And which is even more of a reason for us to support organizations that support those families.
Now, Shannon also tells me that she's grateful for the Tunnels to Towers Foundation opening up their eligibility for Gold Star family assistance. Previously, that was reserved for those killed in the line of duty, but now those who have lost loved ones in the course of things like training missions can also get that vital support. For now, live in the studio, Hannah Cechini, 47 ABC.
All right, Hannah, thank you. And as I mentioned earlier, this was part one of a three-part series. And tomorrow and Wednesday, Hannah will be back with the stories of two men who are FDNY firefighters on that tragic day. Plus, you'll hear from the man behind the Tunnel to Towers Foundation about what their mission is. But you can find the story you see here tonight on our website. That's 47abc.com.